One of the groups with a huge stake in this election is the LGBTQ plus community. They have been battling attacks on their rights across the country. Joining us now is Kelley Robinson, president of the Human Rights Campaign, which has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for president.
Kelley, great to see you. HRC was very quick to release its own endorsement of Vice President Harris. How optimistic are you that she will become the Democratic nominee?
I'm ready for Kamala. I am so optimistic. And I think the thing about what's happening now is that there is a momentum and an enthusiasm in this election that we have not seen yet. I mean, Charlie XCX endorsed Kamala Harris. Tina Knowles endorsed Kamala Harris. We have been talking about this election as being critically important for our rights and for our lives and for our democracy, a matter of responsibility that we turn out. But now the game has fundamentally changed. The momentum is with us. I'm excited because this has now become an election that's about not only preserving democracy, but the future of what this can be for our community, a future that's more hopeful and more bright and has more freedoms and opportunities than we could have even imagined just yesterday.
Earlier today, Kelley, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said that Donald Trump and the Republican Party are running scared because with Vice President Harris at the top of the Democratic ticket, the conversation now shifts back to Project 2025. How harmful do you see Project 2025 for the LGBTQ plus community, and how does Kamala Harris, as a nominee, prosecute the case to the American people about this issue and the threat of Project 2025?
Yeah, Project 2025 is horrific. And I think it's hilarious that Donald Trump today is tweeting about wanting a refund from the Republican Party because he spent so much time doing attack ads against Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Look, he doesn't know what to say because he knows that the gig is up because we have somebody, we're about to unify around someone who's going to take us to the other side of the election and is going to win. I just got back to D.C. from Milwaukee, where I was motivating and engaging folks on the ground after the Republican National Convention. And the scary thing that I saw in Milwaukee was that the opposition is united. They're united around an agenda of hate and of fear and of bigotry, of sexism and of racism. You had people cheering when they talked about rounding up immigrants and deporting them. You had them going wild with cheers, talking about their attacks on the LGBTQ plus community. What's clear to me right now is that we have to be just as united around what we are going to do, not only to beat that horrific vision of Project 2025, but to envision a future that people can get behind. We got to give people hope right now. What I love that Kamala Harris is doing is that she is painting a vision of the future. She's actually showing us what it looks like to move forward. So this is really an exciting moment where people know it's at stake, but they're also starting to see what could be possible with the future of this election and the future of the party.
Hey, Kelley, of all the people being discussed as Vice President Harris's potential vice presidential nominee, who has the better track record on LGBTQ plus rights? The governor of Pennsylvania, the governor of North Carolina, the governor of Illinois, the governor of Michigan, the senator from Arizona?
It's an embarrassment of riches for us because I'm so excited that we have so many pro-equality vice president nominees for her to actually consider and to choose from. You know, for us, what I'm thinking right now is I want to make sure that we have the next vice president be just as pro-equality as Kamala Harris. And remember, Kamala Harris is coming in with some credentials here, right? She was the DA that outlawed the gay and trans panic defense in California. As AG, she refused to defend Prop 8, that infamous ballot measure that outlawed same-sex marriage in the state of California. She refused to defend it. She pushed the Equality Act when she was a senator. She was one of the people that did the first gay marriages in California. We need somebody that brings that same level of credentials to support her as vice president because we know the issues of equality are critical this cycle, and voters are looking for a champion on these issues.
And of course, one can't forget Secretary Pete. That would be a history-making ticket with Pete Buttigieg and perhaps Kamala Harris together. Certainly groundbreaking on many fronts. But how, Kelley, is the Human Rights Campaign going to work to make sure that the vice president defeats Donald Trump and, by extension, Project 2025? Talk to us about your strategy going forward and what your organizations and others like yours can do to help get her across the line.
It's all about engaging and talking to voters. We've identified 75 million equality voters across the country. These are voters that prioritize LGBTQ plus issues when deciding who to vote for. And these voters can be the difference maker. I mean, in a state like Wisconsin, that in 2020, Joe Biden won by about 20,000 votes, there's over 1 million equality voters in that state alone. It's simple. If we show up, we win. So we're talking to voters right now. And I think that the big opportunity with Kamala Harris entering the race and the enthusiasm that she's bringing is that there are people that have been sitting on the sidelines that now is the time to get them engaged. I think this could be one of the highest turnout elections that we've seen, with new registered voters and new people participating in the process that have never seen themselves as a part of it before. There's incredible opportunity on the table to bring new states into play and to make sure that we're redefining the electorate this election cycle as well. And LGBTQ voters are going to be huge in that.
All right. Thank you very much, Kelley Robinson. Appreciate it as always.
Great to see you, Kelly. And stay